welcome to sim.bc, where right now is 13:22, and as you probably can see with your picos, with your eyes, there's been a bit of a change in the hardware that we're using to actually record. As you can see, I'm standing up and I don't quite know where to look because I'm talking into the microphone, but simultaneously the camera that I've actually bought, the DSLR that I have now, it has a microphone as well, so I don't know which one I'm going to use. Probably the standard microphone is probably going to be a bit better with sound, but and I have like two different screens to look at right now because I have the display on the DSLR simultaneously as I have the live feed on the computer. So I'm looking all over the place right now and I don't quite know where to look, and this probably will be having some funny, editing opportunities that I have two different views on myself. Feeling kind of like a professional right now, I might add. I feel professional, even though I have been trying with the DSLR and record before, and this is probably going to be the first really rambly video about it because I don't know where to look. I don't know if this is even going to be a video because, well, first time that I'm using this to actually record for real. Anyway, let's go into some technicalities. The DSLR that I'm currently using is the Nikon D5200, I think that's how you say it, and the microphone is the SE something. Probably gonna do that if I ever do a setup tour or something in the future. But the camera to go into the camera is a Nikon D5200. I'm probably using an ISO level of 1250, so if someone can say if that's a good or a bad ISO level based on the quality that we're getting here, that would be amazing, mates. That would be splendid. Hopefully this will be in 1080p because the raw things that I've been trying to to tape and record with this DSLR before have all been way out of focus, and I think that I've been able to fix that now by pressing the record button and then trying to autofocus the frame or my face in frame. However, if that has worked or not, I don't quite know. I don't quite know if it has worked, and the most problematic thing of all is that the battery life only works or is extended for like 10 to 20 minutes whilst recording and having the display on at the same time. So I don't know if I'm able to make any retakes. It's probably going to be a bit more of a heavy editing process since I can't actually do those long of a videos, and I can't actually take retakes since I want to have it as a raw footage, a raw format. I want to retake everything if it goes wrong, but well, we'll see how this all works out. It's funny to see that on the display that I'm having face towards me, that the focus is actually following me face here. So this is more of a, I'd say it's more of a in-between video between the new project that I have coming up tomorrow. If this works, we're probably gonna run with this hardware if it actually turns out to work. But I thought, well, between the SNR, the Saturday News recap of yesterday, and the video project coming up tomorrow, I wasn't quite sure what I was gonna talk about, so I thought, why not just try to put all of this up, and well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works, and that's just, two thumbs fresh to that. So what we're actually trying to focus on right here is to see, where am I supposed to stand? Why am I supposed to stand? I have a I have something I can sit on, but the problem is that if I sit on it, it's quite awkward as well because I get a bit higher up than I want to recording to the mic, and I'm equally as high up as if I would just stand. See, that's the difference right there. So probably going to stand in the future, plus that's good for the energy, it's good for the efficiency, yeah? Oh, I'm so totally not going to get over that I'm viewing myself twice here. Am I a narcissistic bastard, or am I a narcissistic bastard watching myself 2 times right now, and then probably again when I'm going to look through all of this, editing it, and then again when I'm going to upload it, and then again when I'm going to re-look at it when it's uploaded. It's going to be me. Not that I personally have any problems with it, but it feels kind of weird in a way. But anyway, getting back to the matter at hand, we have new hardware that we're working with. It's an in-between really rambly video that I don't quite have any structure for whatsoever, because usually, when I'm working with videos and when I work with this, raw footage, raw material approach, I usually, have kind of a key word, a kind of a key term that I've been you know, researching for a while, or researched from before, or whatever, or whatnot. And I probably have explored it and explained it and talked and discussed about it with people that I know from before as well. But today, this is all new. Yeah, this is all new things. I don't even know if you can see, well, you can see the microphone if I do that and edit that in, but if I just took that, I just realized that this isn't actually showing. I think, whoa, I wonder if we can do something about that. If I do this, is this better or will this be worse? What if I just took myself out of focus? That would be the worst thing ever, because I probably can't even fix that on myself. So hopefully the microphone is going to stay, and if you look at that, if you, oh wow, my days, I am so nervous right now for no apparent reason, because it seems like the battery is having no problem actually sustaining itself. It seems like I have 13 or 14 minutes to go on the recording tape. Probably going to buy a bigger SSD card for that camera, or if that is what it's called. Anyway, a bigger memory card for the camera, so that I actually can take more pictures and take more, what you say, make longer recording sessions altogether. Which probably will, well, what do you say? If I take up one of the problems by taking this approach, it is that, wow, I can see myself actually turning off the bottle there. Irritating. If I take one of the biggest problem with this approach is that it's twofold, right? First problem is that, well, I'm not used to it. Okay, it's threefold then. First problem is I'm not used to it, which is an overcompensating problem. I can get over that, no problem. Two is that, well, I'm going to have two different qualities of the camera based on if I'm using that angle down here, which is my video camera on the, or the webcam on the computer that I've been using so far for the 190 videos I've made so far, and, well, depending on if I'm using the camera here as well, if I'm shifting between the two, how will it look? Oh, I have the lighting solution as well, and I have to come up with a new lighting solution. I who just thought that I found a stable connection here. And it turns out I haven't. Well, that's just the nature of the beast now, isn't it? Okay, and the last big problem that I've realized, well, together with actually mixing and matching the video, so to say, and the sound, because those aren't connected, at least not now, so I'm having this, you know, clap approach that I'm clapping, and then the video, what you say, the DSLR's microphone will pick up the noise, and the you know, this thing, the microphone will pick up some noise, and then hopefully I will be able to mix and match those in the post-recording, in the editing process. And the biggest problem then that I was gonna get to, the first problem that I thought of, but I've just come up with more and more problems, because that's yet again the nature of the beast, just how it goes. The biggest problem is that if the battery isn't good enough in the DSLR, no matter, it seems like it is, so it probably won't be any problem at all actually, but if it will become a problem, and if it runs out after, let's say, 10 minutes, now why should it, but you know, you never know, right? You never know. What if it does? What if I don't charge it enough, and so on and so forth? Then I might need to change the battery during the course of a, well, recording session, which will make it an unnatural, what you say, an unnatural break in the video, which is also kind of a problem. So maybe that I need to go over and focus on more of an edited approach if I want to continue with the DSLR. Yet again, if this actually works, what if I just stand here for 10 minutes, yeah, rambling on and on and on about all my, you know, all my problems and all my suspicions about what will happen with this camera and what that will happen with this entire process, if this is even sustainable, because right now the camera is taking up all the space on my, well, what you say, on the table right here, together with my computer and my soundboard. I can't work like this. I can't live like this. So I don't quite know how to, well, sustain this in the long run. Plus that the lamp here is kind of irritating as well, because if I back just a little bit, I will hit my head in that thing. So there are lots of different problems and lots of different nuts and nits that I need to actually work out in order to, well, get a sustained and standardized approach towards making videos this way. I can totally see myself getting used to this, however I need to work on a lighting solution, because I'm seeing that even in the background right now, if I'm working my way back and forth, the background lighting is changing, which is not optimal, right? It's not the optimal way, that's not what you want to have, that's not how you want to go about things. Simultaneously, as these two are yet not connected, I have fixed it once, but needing to fix it every single day, I need to or rather need to fix it every single day. I need to come up with some sort of, what you would say, standardized procedure and standardized solution for how to do that. Now, wouldn't I? Now, needn't I? And yeah, the last problem as well, since I've been trying with like 45-second clips, putting it into my, well, MacBook, my computer, it has been lagging quite a lot. Because the raw, what you say, not raw, it's getting into a movie file based on the DSLRs, what you say, compatibility, something like that, right? It's transferring the video format, its recording format, into a .movie file. So when putting that into the computer, based on the quality of the recording from the DSLR, it kind of lags, yeah, a lot, when it comes to, you know, the transition between the two. So putting in the DSLR file that is made in the DSLR into the computer will make the editing process as of this point in time, based on my computer's, well, what you would say, computing power, quite a daring feat. Why? Well, because it's lagging all of the time. So we're gonna see how this all works out. Maybe this is going to be a one-off video with good quality, and then we're gonna go backwards. Fingers crossed that that's not what's gonna happen. That's not the case, right? But you never know. You never know. I can quite enjoy doing this for, you know, the sustainable future, the foreseeable future, because yet again, I'm seeing myself twice, which is all good, all fine in my book. The only problem is that right now I'm recording with, you know, natural light, and I probably won't be able to sustain that if I will record in the evening. So yet again, need to find a lighting solution. Oh my days, the problems. Okay, so that was me introducing that I have a new camera, a new hardware, so to say, actually recording the videos. I realized that this is probably the worst thing that I could have done when introducing the new camera. It's probably the worst kind of video I could have made, because this is all spontaneous, this is all, you know, I know form of structure to this. Usually, as I said, key phrases, yeah, this time it was just like, put it up there, start recording, see if it works. You don't have enough space on the memory card to actually retake stuff unless you know, delete previous videos, which is unfortunate, you know. And simultaneously, I need to get used to all of these things. So this was probably the single worst video I've ever made, even if you include the first video I made in the middle of the night, the 26th of August, with, you know, the worst picture ever. At least now it's high quality bad stuff instead of low quality bad stuff. So that's probably, you know, a trade-off you can make. And I see now that I've been rambling on for about 13 minutes. We're gonna see how much of that ends up being in the final video. So have a nice one, mates. And tomorrow we're getting into a new project. If that is with or without this, well, camera, we'll see. If this actually ends up not being a video, if it ends up being a video, what if the computer crashes when I put all of this in, and I'm just standing here making myself look like a fool for no reason? Well, I guess there's a bit of a trade-off in there too, you know, the good and the bad. Take the good and the bad. Anyway, mates, have a nice one, and I'll see you tomorrow.